My name is Paul Spurlin. Welcome to the Paul Spurlin Show, Beyond the Mic. This is a podcast all about, well, just about anything and everything in ministry. All kinds of ministry, from church to family, marriage, raising kids, walking the walk, and much, much more. We will share the latest news, sports, current events, and what's trending and what's not. This is a show to share what all's going on in the Brotherhood, from lectureships, camps, conferences, and all other events. We're all about the search for life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. We seek to find truth, justice, and the way to Him. To keep up with what's going on with the Paul Spurlin Show, please follow us on social media, all platforms, at The Paul Spurlin, and on the website, thepaulspurlin.com. Send us an email at thepaulspurlin@gmail.com. We hope you enjoy this episode, and now, let's start the show. Welcome to the Paul Spurlin Show. Thank you for being with us today. A few housekeeping things we had to take care of before we get started with our show. A lot of things going on. Busy weekend, a busy day yesterday, and a busy morning this morning, and a lot of things going on. A lot of things coming up. Excited about all those things. Hope that you are too. Hope things are good in your world. This is March the 31st, the last day of the month of March here in 2025. And hopefully you are having a great day. This is episode 10 of the Paul Spurlin Show. I want a big shout out. Thank you to the Piedmont Road Church of Christ, our elders, our congregation, our family here. Thank you for that. If you're passing through, stop by and see us and worship with us at 1630 Piedmont Road in Marietta, Georgia. Love to have you here for that. Also, a big shout out to Ministry League, ministryleague.com. I realize we do all this in the intro, but I just got to say it. I just feel like it's something you need to say. During the show, if you have a text or you have you text me if you got my number. If you don't, shoot me an email at thepaulspurlin@gmail.com, and we will try to interact with you during the show if we can. That being said, we have a lot of things to cover, a lot of things going on in the Brotherhood, and I want to begin by talking about your Sunday. I hope that you had a good Sunday yesterday. We had a great Sunday. Had a lot of things going on this yesterday altogether with Bible class and worship. And then, of course, yesterday afternoon, we had what we call the mini convention. Not a lot of conventions, but the mini convention, a smaller version of the big thing that's going to happen here in about 2 or 3 weeks, coming up, about 2 weeks, actually. So, looking forward to that mini convention here at Piedmont Road. Basically, we let the kids do the things that they do, give their speeches, lead their songs. We even had a Bible Bowl session here where parents were able to watch, kind of see how that works if they're not used to it, new to it, and things of that nature. And then, of course, all other things that go on. So it was a good day. It was a full day. Went from 3 to 5, and then had our singing. I was able to do the devotional last night, and then head to the house. So it was a busy day. We look forward to it. It was every year as we do. But one thing I noticed yesterday morning, I don't know if you noticed this where you are, when snow falls, it's pretty. You get that white all over the concrete. Well, yesterday morning when I came to the church building, and I get here early-ish, about 8 or so, to get things started, do things before we get started in the morning on Sunday. It was almost a yellow Christmas. I mean, it was yellow all over the parking lot. And if that's not the color yellow, whatever the color pollen is, it's whatever that is, because it was pretty crazy, and it was a bit overwhelming. And luckily we have a back parking lot, and that's exactly where I went. That's usually where I park anyway, but I drove through and you can't see our dark parking lot. It is yellow everywhere. It was awful. And so we did get a good rain yesterday afternoon, and last night on the way home from church, we got to see that yellow rain once again. So that is the thing, and getting some folks to text me. Oh yeah, that's about something else. Okay, so that was part of our Sunday, the pollen. Another thing was kind of fun. Last night was our singing night, and we sang the song "Joy to the World," and I love the song "Joy to the World." The Lord Jesus, and it's cool because you sing this song. And the world sees that song as a Christmas song. Well, last night as we sung it, I'm thinking, oh, this is cool. And what's weird is you kind of get those Christmas vibes. You shouldn't get Christmas vibes, but the world sees it that way. So when you sing it, it's interesting. But here in end of March is actually more appropriate to be singing it when you look at the calendars, the weather maps, the history, and when Jesus actually was born. Actually does hit the springtime area, which is kind of neat. So Jesus is not just a reason for Christmas. Jesus is the reason for the season, especially when the pollen's on the ground. So it was it was a weird Sunday, but it was a great Sunday because we were together as a church, and I hope that you enjoyed that as well. So we got a lot of things to talk about. We got some interviews and some events and things going on. But let's go ahead and let's talk about a little bit of news. In the news this week, we have some storms that came through early in the week. Last week, 2 weeks ago with Freed Lectures. We talked about that earlier. Some more this morning, early this morning, coming across the Missouri, coming down through Mississippi, across Alabama, and on into here in North Georgia. And so please keep folks in your prayers for that. That, including the pollen fall, all those things going on, is part of our news. But also we have some sports news. We won't spend much time on this, trust me, because the good guys got knocked out after they destroyed BYU. Alabama lost to Dookie. And so you have Houston, Florida, Dookie, and Auburn, who is your Final Four. It is what it is. Enjoy your basketball, folks. And then luckily we have baseball, so we get to turn over and watch the Braves get swept by the Padres the first 4 games. So that's really cool. Maybe someday we'll come back with some pitching. A few things. I may seem a little salty. But it's okay. We'll move on. It's just sports. Let's actually get to the main event. That's what I want to talk about today. The main event. It's like we need like the Rocky boxing deal with the ding ding. The main event is in a couple of weeks. We have the Lads to Leaders Convention, and we're preparing for that. I'm sure you're preparing for that if you're involved with this. If you're not, go to ladstoleaders.com and check it out. Look at all the things, the 10 different conventions we have throughout the year, most of which do happen Easter weekend. Being on the board for Exposure Youth Camp, I'm telling you, these events on holiday weekends, it's because the hotel prices are more affordable. So keep that in mind for that. And that's why that happens. Some hotels do differently when that goes. That being said, we have an Exposure Youth Camp board meeting on Thursday. So if you're on the board, I'll see you then. If you're not and you have questions, comments, or anything you'd like to help us know about things Exposure, now's the time. Send me an email at thepaulspurlin@gmail.com, and we will address those things. I'll let you know how they go on your suggestions. So keep that in mind. Lads the Leaders coming up. That's the thing. And then the week after, if you look, am I pointing right? Yeah, pointing right direction. Right up there. You see that? Yeah. So we have here in Georgia over the past 25, 30 years, we've got a school here called Georgia School of Preaching and Biblical Studies. The school is going through a name change and we're an addition to a track of school that we're doing here. And so GSOP is going to become Citadel Bible Institute. Citadel Bible Institute. Chuck Sproul's our director. We have 8 or 9 campuses all across the state of Georgia, and I think one in Alabama, and a few more popping up in other places. So for that purpose, we're not really Georgia School of Preaching anymore. It's Citadel Bible Institute. Citadel, the refuge of God. And so we were excited about that, excited about the name, excited about what we're going to do. Still have the online classes, still have the short courses we're offering, and more short courses are going to be offered. Really excited about all those. We have one coming up called Angels and Demons that Philip Hines from Hartselle, Alabama will be doing. We also have a ladies short course coming up later in the year. Not sure dates yet. Kristen Sampson, the host of the Her podcast for Ministry League, will be conducting that and in charge of all those things for our ladies. So we're excited about that as well. and many other things. A lot, actually, there's probably 8 or 9 different short courses happening between now and Christmas. So when the Citadel Bible Institute website is launched, which I believe that happens this week, I think it happens Friday. Go there, check it out. Check it. So many locations, so many places. A lot of folks doing really good things with that. But here's the biggie: the week after Lads to Leaders Convention, the week after Lads Leaders Convention, we have the GSOP / Citadel Bible Institute lectureship in addition to Ministry League Experience. Let me make this announcement here for you so you understand exactly what we're talking about. All the lineup for the Ministry League Experience, which is April 25, 26, 27. There's a lot of folks. You go to the website, ministryleague.com. You can see everything. You can register. Here's the crazy, awesome thing. There is no cost. There is no cost to come to this thing. Just sign up. Let us know you're coming. We're going to feed you. It's going to be great. I'll be here, and it's going to be a great event. But the CBI lectureship is going to be Citadel on top of and with Ministry League. It's going to be great. And so that is 25, 26, 27. Real quick, 25 at 7 o'clock that Friday, it's a singing night. We're just going to sing. We're going to sing new songs. We'll sing old songs, all kinds of songs. And so maybe have a short devotional at the end. Snacks, hang out time there, get to know folks and hang out and spend time with them on Friday night. And then Saturday, we kick it off at 9 o'clock with all the classes, all the stuff that will be available to that too. So yes, free is also my favorite. So keep that in mind. Come on down, be a part of it, but register online at ministryleague.com and hit the experience button and go down there and see the schedule and everything. It's all good. So we have 2 lectureships combining into one. And so that's a movement that our elders decided to be good for us to do. And so we're excited about doing it. And both groups are excited about it. So it's going to be a lot of folks. And this goes from, let's see, Friday night, the singing, Saturday, basically all day. And then fellowship time that night, we'll do some stuff then. And then also we'll have class and worship on Sunday. I hear that Lori Boyd will be flying in to teach our ladies class on Sunday morning. And then Mitch Henry will be preaching at that worship, and Jake Sutton will be teaching our class for our guys and other folks who want that on Sunday morning as well. So a lot of really neat things. So we're going to talk about the church. We're going to talk about its purpose, its intent, its goals, and its eternal. And so that's basically the CBI side. And ministry side will give you everything technical, podcasting, things like that we want to offer and share with you and show you how to do things to connect better in your community. So that's going to be great. Now, that being said, I feel the need for speed. No, I feel the need to share with you an interview we had back in during CYC. So what was that? The last weekend of February, close to the end of the February. I had a chance to sit down with my good friend, Barry Binion. And Barry is going to be one of our keynote speakers for CBI / Ministry League Experience. And he's going to be talking about connection and connecting. And what better than a guy who is the director of church relations at Heritage Christian University. I've known Barry a long time. Great preacher, great friend, love his family. And I got to sit down with him and share some things and talk to him a little bit about the event. So let's give him a few minutes, and then we'll get on with our show. Welcome back to the Paul Spurlin Show. Don't forget about the website there at thepaulspurlin.com. Also send me an email at thepaulspurlin@gmail.com. And then we'll look forward to that. I want to thank our sponsors, Piedmont Road Church of Christ and Ministry League. You go there to lifeinchrist.com and also ministryleague.com for all things that we do there. We are excited today. We're here at CYC. We were live when we're doing this. We won't be live when you see this, but I'm excited to have for the very first time Barry Binion. I've known Barry for the better part of too many years, a lot of years, 25 to 30. It's been a long time. When you talk about friends you've had for a long time, this is probably one of my oldest friends and dearest friends. And I shouldn't say dearest because I have other people I like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like you. I love you. But this guy's awesome. I love him. And so in most cases, when I do something like this, I write down the notes and what I want to say and how I want to say. And I don't have to do that here. I feel so comfortable.
Well, good.
Because this guy's awesome. He's great. He's preached. He's been a youth minister. Been, believe it or not, like almost a mentor to me. I wouldn't be in ministry if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
If you remember that time in
Yeah.
Austinville, and I had a chance to go preach at
Well,
Neil,
that's
and
been almost 30 years ago.
that was 30 years ago.
Almost.
But it was. But thank you for that.
Yeah.
Our
Yeah.
families know each other very well and spent
Yep.
a long time in ministry and all down the road doing all kinds of things. And what's ironic enough, this is a Georgia boy.
Amen.
Do
Go
your thing.
dogs.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. My folks at home will appreciate
Yeah.
that. So there you go. Um, from Noonan originally, I guess that's
Yes,
originally. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. That's right.
And so, but now you're at Heritage Christian University,
That's right.
and tell the folks kind of what your role is there.
Okay. So I'm the director of church relations at Heritage Christian University, and one of the some of the main things I do is I'm responsible for working with churches, building our relationship with churches, but also assisting churches as we can. Like there's a lot of churches looking for ministers,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a shortage of
That is
ministers,
true.
and so we are training ministers, but and we need money to keep doing that so we can provide scholarships for those students. However, we offer things to churches and individual Christians, and I love being able to go and tell people about that. So we go out and tell the story. We assist churches in filling in preachers, or when they're looking for preachers, and just being able to tell the story about the school.
Man, and I love the fact that you coin it about the story,
Yes,
because Ministry League and all the podcasting that we do and what we've done in life,
right.
it's just we're telling the greatest story of all,
Yeah,
the
amen.
story of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
And so that's what's awesome. And what I'm excited about too is your topic. Barry's gonna be one of our speakers at the Ministry Experience. Really excited about that. He'll be one of our keynote speakers talking about connect. We do the equip, the connect, and the go, and he's got the connect part.
Yep.
Being a connections minister, I've been doing this part of my work about 4 or 5 years, a little longer than that. But there's an essential part of connecting people, your congregation, your members,
Right.
to the community,
Yeah.
and the community to the church, to Christ, and
Right.
that kind of thing. But what is the focus when you get up there and talk to folks about connecting? What's sort of your drive?
Yeah.
What are you gonna hit on that weekend?
So I've been thinking about it, and the first thing that's been coming to my mind when I think about that is we have to connect with the love of Jesus so we can connect the love of Jesus to others.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think when I think about connect, I'm thinking about it in broad terms when people come into our assemblies or
Hmm.
as we are interacting with the community. So that love of Jesus. We actually this weekend in at our church with the young people, we actually talked a little bit about this about the love of Jesus
Hmm.
and how we see people. And that's kind of the stuff that I want to talk about and I want us to think about because so often we have our busy lives, and we're going this direction or we're at church, but um, we're gonna get be with these folks or our kids have to do this, we have to do that, and I'm in my mind I'm starting to think about being one of the words that's on my mind in addition to connect is intentionality.
Oh man, yeah.
That's been on my mind for several years, but
Hmm.
more so now because I've been in a transition in
Hmm.
ministry. It's like, okay, now I have to be more intentional
Hmm.
about what I do, how I study,
Mm.
how I interact with people. We've had to now visit churches, and so we have to be intentional about how we connect with a new church family.
Oh yeah.
And so I want to be intentional when I'm in the grocery store line,
Hmm.
and realize that I don't know what's going on in all these people's lives, but
Right.
they need to see Jesus. And we read about that story
That's true.
in Scripture,
Yep.
and that's the way Jesus he just interacted with people,
Hmm.
met them where they were,
Oh yeah.
to show them who He was. And so
Oh,
that's what
I
I
love
want to
that.
talk about.
Man, taking it to the streets, man.
Yeah.
Talking to people where you are, going places. I love the intentional outlook on it all.
Yes.
It's like, everybody has a drive. Our drive is to share Jesus. That's the
Yes.
story,
Yes.
and that's what it's all about. That's what we're going to talk about at this event and stuff. But also, let's talk a little bit about church relations. what you do with Heritage Christian, and if folks, I know that folks want to hear what's going on at Heritage, and you're the one to take them that message, right?
Yeah. And I'd love to come speak to churches. That's one of the things I love about what I get to do is I get to meet a lot of different Christians, be with God's people, but also tell them about what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish. We are a mission. We see
Mm-hmm.
ourselves as a mission.
True.
But as you mentioned before, we do have a story to tell.
Yeah,
We're not just a small school in Northwest Alabama.
that's right.
We have a mission, and we want people to be a part of our mission,
Hmm.
and that's what I get to do is go and share that message. There's so many things that we have going on at Heritage
Oh
that
yeah.
helps individual Christians and churches, and so we want people to come. And I know in Georgia there's the School of Preaching there.
Hmm.
So we are interested. We need more preachers. We would love for young people to have a desire to preach and be leaders in the church. What greater thing? Now, you can be a leader in a business, or you can be a leader in your community, in community activities at your school, on your sports teams. But what better place to be a leader than among God's people
Right.
doing God's work, you
That's
know?
right.
And so I'm thankful to be able to go out and tell. And so when people give to the school, you're receiving something back.
Hmm. Man, that's awesome. And that's kind of the drive for us at Piedmont Road with our school, formerly Georgia School of Preaching, but
Right.
now going into the Citadel Bible Institute, where you come and take Bible classes. When you finish here, go right up the road to Florence.
That's right.
You know, let's go to Heritage and continue to get your gen eds, get your masters, get your everything,
Yes.
and you get everything there you want.
Yes.
And that's the whole working together thing.
Right.
There's a few events y'all know when you look on social media where Heritage and CBI and Piedmont Road are working together to get that stuff and to show that intentionality.
Right.
And that's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
And Barry's your guy. He's the guy to bring it to you. Contact him there at Heritage Christian University. You got an email address you can share with them so they can reach you if they can.
Yes. B Binion, that's BINION at hcu.edu.
Awesome. And he's one of the many speakers we're going to have at Ministry Experience. Looking forward to that. That is going to be April 25, 26, and 27. So keep that in mind. Big singing that Friday night. We're excited about that. And the classes start Saturday. We'll go on through Sunday. Information is on the website, ministryleague.com. You go to lifeinchrist.com to register for all that and everything else that goes along with that. Barry, we love you and Miss Greta and the boys. Man,
Thank you. We love
we've
you
been
guys.
through a lot together,
Yes.
and we'll
Yes.
do more. And we're excited
Yes.
about that.
Yes.
Is there one thing? And we've said a lot of stuff. Is there anything you want to share with the folks before we get out of here? And thing you just want to leave them with?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you, Paul, for being a good friend and always encouraging me and helping out, and I appreciate that. And that really makes me think about something good to share.
Yeah,
Is among God's people, there are people that will love you for who you are, and
that's right.
that's the way Paul and I are. We don't have to be
Right.
fake, and there's been times we've been away
Hmm.
from each other for a while. We'll text, and every time we're together, we connect back up.
Oh, it's
And
like time never passed.
exactly,
Right there.
exactly. And that's the beautiful thing
Yeah,
about being among God's people,
it's true.
is there's people that care. You may feel like you're alone, but God's people. There is someone among God's people that will love you and support you and be there for you. And so I'm thankful for that. But there are people out there for you.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's right.
Barry, thanks for being with us.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you so much, and
Yes,
look
sir.
forward to see what
Likewise.
all we get to do, man. It's gonna be
Exactly.
awesome.
Exactly. God is good.
He is very
That's
good
right.
all the
All the
time.
time.
For Barry Binion, I'm Paul Spurlin. This has been the Paul Spurlin Show. Send me an email at thepaulspurlin@gmail.com. Ask any questions you want, anything you want. You got Barry's if you need him. With a good work up there at Heritage. And of course, you can find us at lifeinchrist.com. Thanks for being with us. And just know we're always in the pursuit of an opportunity to find the truth, to know what the truth is, know where it is, truth, justice, and the way to Him. Thank you for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
That's why I can.
So I basically did my ending on there, and I should have cut it off before that. But big shout out to Barry Binion. As he mentioned, we've known each other a long time. We are the same age, and been going through all this stuff together in ministry with our families, and just really appreciate the work he does with Heritage Christian University. Means a lot to me. as a former student of the school, and also what he does for the kingdom as well, and for the fact that he's going to come to our event. If I can point in the right direction, the GSOP, Citadel and Ministry League Experience, big weekend, and so we're looking forward to that, and hope that you make plans to come. Make sure and register for that online at ministryleague.com. Let us know how many's coming, and if you have any food allergies, because we're going to feed you lunch and breakfast on Saturday, and it's going to be a neat day. Start at 9, we'll finish up around 5. With a big panel discussion among everyone who's here to talk about ministry stuff, and then have a really neat fellowship opportunity at Truist Park that evening. So looking forward to that. It's going to be a great day, and a great weekend with singing on Friday, and then, of course, worship on Sunday. Please stay. If you need a place to stay, let us know. We do have a hotel that gives us a little discount, and so we have some members here that would love to house you if you would like to stay at a place as well. So that's something else that we have for you as well. Something I want to make sure to mention this too, and this is probably for another show, but Citadel Bible Institute does have a partnership with Heritage Christian, as I mentioned, but also Faulkner University and Freed-Hardeman University. For you get some Bible stuff here, you get that certificate, and then you go finish those degrees at those schools. And I love the partnership we have with our Christian schools. It does mean a lot, and appreciate them for that. What I want to do is I'd like to finish up the show, and I'll try to finish up every show with a little devotional to share with you. I'm going to take you to Isaiah chapter 6. Isaiah chapter 6, starting verse 1 through verse 8. I'm not going to read all of it or much of it, but I do want to, and I don't want to say too much because I'm actually preaching this on Sunday, so come see us. Jake will be out of town. But I love the vision, Isaiah's vision with the Lord as he's coming to a point where he's humbling himself. In Isaiah chapter 6, 1 through 8, he starts with different emotions and different positions of his life. And the first one really is his face down. It's showing humility because of things that he needs. And then it continues by talking about how that he is, another position in his life is an open heart. Meaning he's willing to take what the Lord will give him. He's willing to be the servant. But what I really love, and this is the last part here, and I want to make sure and mention this too, because we're talking about the holiness of God. There's nothing simple about the holiness of God. And I just love it. I love the fact that he mentions the word holy 3 times. Holy, holy, holy. And we find this in verse 3, Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 3, and the one called to one another and said, holy, 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 the Lord of hosts, the whole earth is full of his glory. But what I love in verse 8 is when he gets to the very end, and he's had his face down, he's had his open heart, but at the end it's his hands up. You see, when the Bible talks about, and history will tell us about raising hands, it's not like you have a question. It's face on the ground. It's an open heart. It's your hands up. It's giving it to God. And then he uses that phrase that I love so much as he finishes that up, where he says, "Here am I, Lord, send me." Live that life to be that person. Here am I, Lord, send me. I'm Paul Spurlin. This has been the Paul Spurlin Show. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for spending time with me today. Please share this with others and hopefully get the word out. Let folks know about the event we'll be doing. And as always, we always live to pursue truth, justice, and the way to Him. Thank you, and God bless.